sales for small business owners and entrepreneurs, where we teach you how to build a beautiful, wonderful business that allows you to have an even more beautiful and wonderful life. I am your host, best-selling author Sadon Long, and man, we're close. We are very close to Christmas Eve, which means that this is the home stretch for business owners. So, what I wanted to do today is I really just wanted to kind of circle back on some things that we've been talking about for the last 3 or 4 weeks on how we can make sure that this is the best holiday season ever. So, that's where we're at today, and thank you for tuning in. There's still time for you to share this with somebody else or let somebody else know that a new episode has dropped. So, if you would, please, I'd appreciate it. So number one, we are, like I said, this is the end. So this is important, and I need you to understand right now that this is a very important time. I cannot stress how important this time is. I don't care if you're doing a digital business. I don't care if you're doing brick and mortar or if you're just hustling out of your house. This is the time, because no other time during the year are people under the gun and almost quote unquote required to buy than right now. As I always say, yes, people have birthdays, people have anniversaries, but they don't have them all at the same time. So right now, let's look at where we're at. Let's just put it all in context. We have people who are going to have to run out today or the next few days and get grab bag gifts. How are you going to make it easy for those people? Okay. So if I was you and I knew that I had something that people would run out and grab, I would be posting today talking about we have so many of these, under $20 gifts will drop off if you buy more than five. We have gifts that you could run in and pick up 5 minutes or less. Again, we're always trying to sell convenience. So people need grab bag gifts. You need to highlight all your grab bag stuff. All your under 50s, under 20s, under 30s, under 10s, because working people don't want to spend a lot of money on people they work with. So make sure that you're building lives, commercials, posts around that we have stuff for the grab bag, because that Christmas party is probably going to be between today and next Monday. So you want to make sure that you get those sales right now. Even if it's online, you want to make sure that you tell them today, man, hey, if you buy it today, we'll get it shipped today. Might cost them a little bit extra, but still, if it's something they want, you put the cost on them because they're the ones who want it. But right now is the perfect time, the absolute perfect time for you to be pushing, promoting the grab bag gifts. All your under 100, under 50 gifts that people could just walk in, pick up, and walk out. And again, if they buy so many of them, I would suggest that you deliver it. Why? Because you want to keep them from going somewhere else. You don't want them to get stuck in traffic. You don't want them to change their mind. You don't want them to get distracted by work. What you want them to do is hit the button below, buy whatever it is that you're selling, and then you're going to get it over there. That way it's set it and forget it. See what I'm saying? Right now, it is literally going to be set it and forget it if they click the button, because you're going to take all the worry and stress out of it. No different than when somebody orders a pizza. Yo, shout out to my man D Davis. So again, what I'm saying is this is the most important time of the year. And even if, you're a barbershop, hey, people are taking holiday pictures, people want to look good for these events. Hey, bring up the fact that the events are coming. We have a holiday formal special. We got a New Year's Eve special. And you don't necessarily have to lower the price. You could just do something like throw in a little oil on the face, throw in a little extra, facial, where you literally just dab some astringent or some alcohol on a couple Q-tips, and you do a little bit more than you normally would do. So it doesn't even have to be something where you add a whole lot of money. It just has to be something that you can then talk about that makes the package that you're offering seem that much bigger. It's like when you go to McDonald's. It's the same package, but they change the name depending on whether or not it's the Olympics or whether or not it's an all-star game, but it's basically the same package. They just give it a new name and they brand it differently. So you could be given the same number twos and number threes, but you could call them the holiday package or the New Year's Eve package so that it sounds exciting. Same old two-step to a different song. So again, like I said, today we are literally just talking about the things that we can do with these last 10 days. Because again, we're in our last 10 days. This money is not coming back. These days are not coming back. You're not going to get them back. And if you don't get this money, and I know I'm talking about money, and I'm going to come back to why I'm talking about money in a minute. But if you don't get this money, your competition is going to get this money. Okay. Your competition is going to be feeding their kids. Your competition is going to be wearing new clothes. Your competition is going to be driving a new car. Your competition is going to be living your life, to quote Kelly Price. So again, right now, this is about setting up 2024. And the best way to set up 2024 is to finish strong in 2023. Because we can't control what happens a month from now. But I guarantee you, if something happens a month from now, you're going to wish you would have worked harder this month. You're going to wish you shot a couple more videos this month. You're going to wish you went live a couple more times this month. You're going to wish you reached out to a couple more customers this month if it's slow in January. If people are not spending because now they're waiting on their taxes. So now you go through a month with no sales. And let's look how that works. So let's just say you had a huge month, bigger than you normally have in December. But then you have kind of an off month in January. What could end up happening is that when you put the 2 months together, you still have a more successful 2-month period than you normally would have had. So that's why we got to push right now. Because if we don't push right now, it may hurt us in January and February. In January and February, it might be cold. And you still got to heat this building. And now you're putting yourself in a hole. So let's not do that. Let's be responsible business owners and put ourselves in the best position possible. And not give away customers and sales to our competition. Because again, how can you say you care about a customer you're not reaching out to? How can you say you care about a customer you're not building the business around? You built it around what's convenient for them, what's going to give them the biggest bang for their buck, what's going to make them the most excited, what's going to solve the most of their problems. So that's the first thing. I really would just like, man, take advantage of what we know is about to happen. People got to start running out and getting gifts. So we want to sell convenience, as much convenience as possible. I keep drilling this, driving this, and focusing on this because I need people to know if you do something that helps the customer, they'll be grateful and they'll vote for you with their dollar. And then you'll be able to take that dollar and buy some freedom, buy some peace. Buy some of the things you want for the people you love, because you and I both know the people you love, they're going to ask for money. And if you're the business owner, they're going to expect you to have that money. You still got gifts to buy. So you really got to get in and get down right now, today, this morning. I know 9 o'clock is coming real soon, so I'm not going to keep you long. So now the next thing you really need to do, if you want to make this next 10 days the absolute best 10 days that you could possibly make them going into Christmas, is look at what direction you're heading in. A lot of times we'll get so busy, grinding and working with customers and doing all this stuff that we won't even sit down for a second to figure out if we're making any money or not. Okay, so again, take a minute, take a beat, sit back, figure out where we at. Since Black Friday, are we moving in a good direction? Are we moving in a bad direction? Now, the reason you want to do that is so you can do this. So you can then figure out why. Okay, so what direction are we moving in and why? Why are we either winning or why are we losing? Okay, and if you don't know why you're winning or why you're losing, you can't fix it and you can't do more of it. If I know the videos are working, okay, then cool, I can make more videos. If I know that the flyers aren't working because nobody bringing them in, and every time we go outside we keep seeing them, laid out in the street, then we probably can stop doing these flyers. Okay. If I know that, hey, we're doing real good with the lotions, okay, but we're not doing very good with the soaps, well, why? So now you can, in what you've inspected, you can now look at and say, okay, is what I inspected giving me what I expected it to give me? Okay. I expected us to be showing these baskets. I expected us to be out here upselling. I expected us to be out here calling our leads. I expected us to be working. And it's not working. So is it working because my people not working? Or is it working because we're showing the wrong thing? Is it not working because we ran out of something? So now it might be a stock issue. So hey, you get more stock. Okay. But what if it's my people not doing the right thing issue? Now you still got 10 days to get them right. You're a business owner. You're investing in employees to get a return on your investment. And if you're not getting that return, but you continue to still pay them, how's that work? I'm going to keep giving somebody money for something that they're not giving me. Okay. So now you have a chance to sit down with them, say, hey, man, this is where we're at. This is what we up against. Okay. This is what I expected from you, and I'm not getting it. Okay. And I will not continue to pay you if I'm not getting it. I said I need you selling 2 or 3 of these at a time, and every time I come out on this floor, I don't see it happening. I said that I needed this stuff done by yesterday, and it's today, and it's still not happening. Because at the end of the day, these people are stealing from you. They steal it from you, they steal it from your family, they steal it from your legacy, they steal it from your future. And they're causing you pain. Let's keep it a buck. When payroll is due, you're going to pay your people because you're a good business owner. Even if you don't pay yourself. When payroll is due, you're going to pay your people, even if you got to go borrow some money or take some money out of your 401k, because you're a good business owner. Okay? But here's the problem. You're giving away money to people who didn't do what they're paid to do. But you don't know that they didn't do what they were paid to do because you're not looking, because you're distracted, because you're not paying attention. So again, you have to sit down and figure out where we're at. And if you're a solopreneur and the person you need to have a talk with is you, hey, same thing applies. You need to sit yourself down, get yourself in the mirror, get your pen and paper out, and really say, hey, I've been off my game, and why? Is it because I've been in the streets too much? I've been at too many Christmas parties. I've been telling too many people, cool, I'm going to come through, and I need to sit down? Am I having way too many mentally draining conversations with people? Am I arguing too much? Am I trafficking on the road to nowhere? Because again, you might not be in physical altercations with people. You might not physically be getting into it with somebody. But if you're in a relationship or a friendship or in any kind of ship where it's just taking all of your energy that you need to be focused on your business as the leader, as the solopreneur, as the side hustler, whatever you are, if it's keeping you from being the best version of you, then they're stealing from you. They're robbing you. They're robbing you of good energy. They're robbing you of brain power. They're robbing you of your ability to make good decisions. Okay? Because now you're thinking about what they said last night when you should be working. Now you're having conversations with them trying to explain yourself or explain something that they just don't seem to understand. And then you get off the phone and now what? You're drained. So instead of you being able to get back to work and get back settled in and get back in your flow, now you're sitting there looking at TV, sitting there playing with your phone, Or then you take that negative energy and you get on the phone with somebody else and now you give them a report. Girl, you ain't gonna believe what she said. I'm like, girl, where's my money? And she like, well, I figured, since you got your money, then you don't really need this money. So I'm gonna give it to you when I get it. See what I'm saying? Now you just taking this energy and running with it. And the other person has walked away from it feeling fine. But that other person probably doesn't own a business. That other person probably doesn't have a hustle that they're trying to use to build a better life. That other person probably doesn't have any of the stresses and strains and constraints that you have. They don't understand what it's like to be a boss. They ain't on boss stuff. So again, if you are out here and it is you who makes the needle move for your business, then you need to sit down and look at what's making your business either move or not move. Are my phones ringing or my phone's not ringing? If your phone's not ringing, then okay, well, what am I doing wrong? Am I not working hard enough? Because you just have to be honest sometimes and say, I'm not working hard enough. I didn't get out to bed till about 8:30. I didn't start work till about 11. I didn't check in on one customer. I didn't call back anybody that, said that they were interested in doing business with me. And now I want to know why my sales are down. Because again, these are weeks you can't get back. These are weeks you cannot get back. There's not going to be another Christmas in 90 days. It's that simple. So again, you have to have a talk with you. Then you need to sit you down. Like, hey, you tripping. You don't have time to be playing with these people. These people, they got jobs. They got checks coming every 2 weeks. You, on the other hand, you only eat what you kill. So don't put yourself in a position that you don't want to be in. Because if you don't kill anything, what are you going to eat? And as a side note, because again, this is successful marketing, sales, and relationships. When we talk about all types of ships, partnerships, employee relationships, romantic relationships, because they all affect you, the business owner. If you have a bunch of people around you, because, people always are good-hearted when they start businesses. It's like you want to give them jobs, you want to look out for them, you want to do all these things and help other people. But at some point, you got to start cutting some of these people off. You got to start telling these people no. And I'm telling you this because I love you. The homegirl that never picks up a tab, that never drives, hey, might be time to let her go. Might be time to put her on the back burner. The homegirl that always wants to go out but never wants to help you with your business, might be time to let her go. The homegirl that never shares, never recommends, never demands, never brings any business to your business. Is she really your friend like that? Are y'all really like that? Or is she just happy capping because my girl a boss? I stand with the business owner. So anybody that watch this and they don't really like what I just said, I don't really care. Because I know what it's like to be in the room with these women and these men who have businesses that they've spent thousands of dollars and thousands of hours to build and launch and create, and see a whole bunch of people that claim that they're their friends just playing in their face. So again, if you're not a business owner, you probably wouldn't understand. So again, it's the holiday season. It might be time to put some of these people on mute. Tell them I'll talk to you next week. Well, 2 weeks from now. Might be time to tell these folks I can't go out. I got stuff to do. Got to get up early, get off my phone. Might be time to tell some of our significant others, either you rock it with me or you got to hit the streets. Because this is the most important time of the year. He not a simp if he willing to come in there and mop. He a rider. She not a fool if she willing to be down there working the counter. She's a rider. So again, if this is how we eat, or if you're going to benefit off the success of my business, then you need to put some time in, buddy. Get you some of this counter. Get you one of these buckets. Do whatever you need to do. Fold some of these t-shirts. Because this is how we moving. This is how we working. This is how we eating. Everybody wants to build with somebody, but don't want to do none of the building. You know, they want to pull up once it's already made, once all the research is done, once all the real investments have been made, financially and, emotionally and time, and then say, "Ooh, look what we did." It's time for you to really, man, reconsider those people. So again, we need to be seller convenience, figure out exactly where we're at in regard to our customer cycle, and if it's built around the grab bags and all those things, then you need to be posting that stuff today. Get up on that stuff today. Number two, you need to really reevaluate where you are. Am I up or am I down? Why am I up or down? And how can I change it? Do I need to do more of something? Do I need to do less of something? And then the next thing is, if you're a solopreneur, if you're the leader of an organization, you really need to sit down and look at how you're performing, how you're doing. And if you need to have a talk with yourself, then you need to look at the man in the mirror. And maybe it's time that you change your ways. So again, you have 10 days left. The best 10 days or the worst 10 days of your life. Now, if it's the worst 10 days of your life, we probably won't know until January when something else goes wrong or that heating bill comes. And then you realize that, man, these were the worst days of my life because I didn't do enough to make the needle move in the direction I needed it to move in. That simple. Or when those things happen a month from now, you will have built up so much goodwill with people that they still shopping with you. You have built up such a customer list and referral list that you can then run clearance sales, that you can then keep the business moving. As Busta Rhymes says, keep the dice rolling because you've done the right things this month. So when I tell you, hey man, you need to make sure that you're getting referrals, when I tell you you need to make sure that you're list building, when I tell you that you need to get these people into a database that you can then follow up with, send emails to, send text messages to, it's so when the lean times come, when the slow times come, you got a group of people that rock with you that you can then reach out to and get this stuff off your shelves and get this stuff off your inventory. Or have a special VIP event. So when other people are struggling in January and February because they don't have any customers and they don't have anybody they can call, you got a list full of people that you can reach out to and ride out those couple months and maybe make those months the springboard for a better year once people start buying again, once Valentine's Day comes and they get their taxes and starts to warm up and now they need some new clothes because the season have changed. That you can be there and make sure that it's on point. Even if you're doing a daycare, man, you need to get your list right because you never know what else you want to do. Because you might not be able to do anything else for the kid, but man, maybe the parents want to be a part of whatever the next business thing you're about to launch is. You got parents coming through the daycare. Some of those parents might want a new home, and you get into real estate, you get into house flipping. You get into buying cars and then refurbishing them. Those people might want to buy those cars. You open up a boutique, those same people might want to then come buy some clothes. You open up a barbershop or a beauty shop, those people might want to come get their hair done. So now you take people who already trust you and believe in you and know that you do good work and know that you're a woman or man of your word. So when you do open the next thing, they rock with it. You got rappers selling liquor and clothing, but people are buying the liquor and the clothing because they rocked with them when they was rapping. People are going to see them in the movies because they rocked with them when they was rapping. So again, they calling them fans. So your fans are coming to the concert, your fans are buying the t-shirts, your fans are buying tickets to the movie, your fans are buying the sneakers, you got new Terror Squads out, you got Supremes out right now. That's all cross-marketing. So if you have a list, you can then take your list and your credibility with that list into other arenas. So not only is it a good time to get it because it's probably going to be slower than you want it to be next month, it's also a good time to get it because you might want to launch something else in 2024. And you're a person that they trust. So because they trust you, you can then take advantage of your name, image, and likeness. You can partner with people who really pretty much already have the business model laid out already. But because you put your name on it and you brought your crowd to it, now it's successful and you get it cut without even really having to do any work. It's like when people do walkthroughs at clubs after concerts. They don't own the club. They get paid to pull up. But when people rock with you and follow you and believe in you as a business owner, you can get paid to pull up too. You can get paid for your birthday party too. It's that simple. Make sure that you are on point for these next 10 days so that you can then set up the next 10 months. Okay. Anything that you're not doing well right now, anybody that's not rocking with you the right way right now, any employees that are not giving you a good return on your investment right now, either you can make the necessary corrections or you can start looking to replace them going forward. This is real business. This is some serious stuff. So you have to look at it as a real business owner who's really trying to do the best for them, their family, and their legacy. Not just because they're your homegirl do you let them slide. You hold them accountable because the money you gave them was real. The money I gave you paid a bill. The money I gave you helped you feed your kids. The money I gave you kept you out of poverty. And all I ask it for in return is that you give me what I paid for in regard to work. And if you can't get that to me, then it ain't personal. Because I can't not feed my kids because you not giving the return on investment that I need. So I got to get somebody in here who can. But as always, man, this has been another episode of Successful Marketing, Sales, and Relationships for Small Business Owners and Entrepreneurs, where we teach you how to have a beautiful, wonderful business so you can have an even more beautiful and wonderful life. I am your host, Sadon Long, aka the most dangerous man in marketing. And if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments, DM me. But what I would prefer is if you go to grownandrich.com and click the Make Money Fast button. They're going to send me an email. I'm going to send you an email back. We're going to then schedule a consult, which is free and on me. And we're going to talk about everything concerning you and your business and your goals for 2024. And anything that you glean from these calls, which is not uncommon, you will then be able to use to make money. And I will have no recourse other than just to sit there and clap for you. Because like I said, it's on me. So thank you. Again, it has been an honor and a pleasure to sit here before you for this 28 and some change. And man, just go out here and make this next 10 days the best 10 days possible. As always, I love you. Stay blessed. I'm out.